Good morning. This podcast is this video is on the power of turning challenges into growth and transforming your life. And so I've spent a lot of time over the last 8 years working on changing my life, and that effort has made a huge difference. I used a group that I now lead at my church. I happens on Thursday nights, and we overcome issues of struggles, all kinds of struggles. And so most people think when you think about these types of programs that you're talking addiction and so on. And I made some videos earlier dealing with gender, and there were comments in there that said, because I had said how the 12 steps and doing a step study had helped me to overcome my challenges, that some people thought I was comparing gender issues with addiction. Well, that happens a lot, where people get that kind of confusion just because of the words you automatically say on recovery. Recovery is a stigmatized word that is connected to addiction, and it shouldn't be, because we're all recovering from something. We all have things. Maybe we've lost a loved one, or maybe we've gotten a divorce. Maybe we are about to lose a job, or we're going to lose a business. Let's say you have struggles in your work, or maybe you have a loved one that is struggling with an addiction and you don't know how to handle it. It's frustrating because you're trying to help fix this person, and no matter what you do, it doesn't work. It can't. So, we all face challenges and the obstacles that test our strength and resilience. And these difficult moments can leave us feeling defeated, lost, and unsure of how to move forward. But the reality is that we don't have to feel that way. We can change our lives. We can start transforming. You can start doing it right now, and it begins in this moment. So every morning when I get up, I there's some things that I do. I read the Serenity Prayer, which is in the 12-step book, but the Serenity Prayer in the 12-step book is short. It's not the full Serenity Prayer, and so that is something that I do every morning to help to try to get me off on the right foot, and I've been doing it for a long time. So, I admittedly I miss some mornings over the last couple of months, and it does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. I get up and I'm like, I have to find something to latch onto that I can do right every day, and get a quick start so I can accomplish something that I'm working on. And that makes a huge difference, because I can get on fire and I can roll throughout the whole day and get so much done. And then other days I don't accomplish so much, and I need to get better at that. And part of going on YouTube for me is accountability for me, and so it helps. It's one thing that helps to help keep me consistent. But more importantly, it's something that I'm passionate about and that I really want to do, and that I really love. So, as while it can be a struggle to figure out where I'm going and how to do everything, as far as editing a video and making the recordings, putting it online, making sure my description's there, the title's there. It's a process that I'm developing on, that I'm working towards getting better. Now, one thing is that it's really easy to get started, and you get excited and you get pumped up, and you come up with what you're going to talk about. And so it's like, I think about, you get to that point where you might get stuck. And so there's your challenge. And so you can use what you've learned to overcome getting stuck and to push through. So that's the adversity part that pushes through. So all my life, I've kind of had that conflict in it, and I thought I was maybe different than most people uh, because of the different things that I deal with. I thought dealing with gender dysphoria was made me so much different than everybody else. And the more I see people who are dealing with adversity and they turn their challenges into strengths, the more I realize that, while my thing might be gender dysphoria, somebody else might deal with a struggle with a knowledge of their job, so on. And I know, I know people are going to hear that and they're going to say, okay, you can't compare the two. But in reality, I'm not comparing the two specific topics, but I'm comparing the struggle in that. So the truth being that when you deal with gender issues and you don't do anything about it, you have a lot of anxiety, and or at least I have a lot of anxiety towards it. I've seen people with anxiety. Maybe everybody doesn't, but I think that's pretty common. And so you struggle with that. Let's take a look at celebrities. It's here they have tons of money. They have people that just adore them and will do anything for them if they could have the chance. And they can buy whatever they want. They can do good, and they end their lives. Robin Williams was an example of that. What a fantastic actor, personality. I think that most everybody enjoyed Robin Williams, and he could do anything he wanted to, and he ended his life. I went to see Howie Mandel in Las Vegas. We went in to see the show. We were there early. They played the same song over and over. It was on a repeating track in the theater, and it lasted, I think it was like probably 45 minutes to almost an hour. It was almost an hour for him to come out later than he was scheduled to come out. He was doing a residence at this theater in Las Vegas, so it wasn't like he couldn't make it on time. Instead, he was up in a room, curled up in bed, and he was struggling to come down. He showed up and did his show, and I had later listened to a documentary or a interview with Howie, and he has I'm not sure if it's a psychiatrist, I think it is, that is with him all the time, that had to talk him into going on stage. That could take a lot of time because he was so I want to say insecure, but I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he had an issue. It's a challenge for him to get up on stage, and so he makes people wait to see him. Now the thing is, he can do that because he's so entertaining. He has so much talent. His personality is wonderful until you see the demons that he struggles with and realize that, and you start to look at it from an outside point. And so we all have that. And so in celebrities, they have that. They could benefit from working through recovery and transformations, and just like anybody else. And so I'd like to go in more, but I only have a little bit of time, and you know what, if you get anything out of today, I would really encourage you to look towards your challenges and find the strength and the growth that you can have in them by overcoming them, by facing them, and staring fear in the face, and just sitting there going, okay, you know, this is a real struggle for me. So this is what I'm going to do to overcome it, and this is how I'm going to move forward. And so I have to admit that even like making this video this morning, um, sometimes can be a challenge to get it done, because I know it's not going to be perfect. But like in my last video, I talked about the imperfect video, and I needed to change my mindset and see this as an opportunity to build on that, because I can't focus on the imperfect video. I have to focus in on the strength in it. How can I get better with what I'm saying? How can I be more prepared and still get things done? You can't be perfect coming in when you haven't done videos before. You have to learn the rhythm, and you have to learn the process, and it's rinse and repeat to keep on going through and doing that. And so that's my challenge right now, is to sit there to do this. A greater challenge is that I have more on my plate than I can handle. I am going to have to get people to help me to get everything off the plate my plate that I have on my plate. So I need to start organizing and start planning to remove things so that I can put more time into my online business, into working with YouTube, so I can get better at production. And then, quite frankly, I need to look at other channels that I can use to build. So there's my alarm, so telling me I need to get moving. So I just, but I welcome those challenges, because as I look back over my life, it's those challenging times that have made the greatest rewards. In 2022, I was not feeling well, and I went out and walked daily. I started with a mile walk, and I ended up walking. Some days I would walk out upwards of close to 9 miles when I was reading a gospel a day, but my average was 5 miles a day of walking. And I got to the end of the year, and I felt great. And then things happened in 2023. I lost both my parents. I lost my best friend, and had surgery, and just there were a constant barrage of things. Now, that didn't make 2023 a bad year. It just made it. Well, I take that back. It was not that great of a year, but it was full of challenges, and I turned those challenges into strength, and I overcame them. Now, going forward, I'd like to integrate those things that I did in 2022, the walking and so on, and I'm working on that. I'm moving back to mold, because it's always, you give and take a little bit, and we're a work in progress, and I'm a work in progress, and I'm still working the steps through, even though I didn't have an addiction in the pure sense. Those things helped me and continue to help me going forward. So I'll talk more about recovery and transformation in future videos here coming up. Most likely, maybe my next one I'll do it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I will be back soon for another video. Please subscribe if this is interesting to you, if this helps. And if it doesn't, thanks for watching anyways. And I just appreciate all of you, and have a blessed day. All right.